Hello, I'm Natalie Martinez of NBC5 News Chicago. I'm so happy to be hosting the Rotary Club of Schaumburg Hoffman Estates Classic in person on Saturday, March 12th at the Marriott in Schaumburg. This big fundraiser will have auction items and other raffle games, and we are celebrating our Rotarians of the Year. We have a series of interviews with some of our Rotarians of the Year. We find out what got them into the Rotary in the first place, how has it benefited them and the community, and some advice to others on serving the community. Today we feature Shawn Parker.
I graduated college and I started a job in Schaumburg with a financial planning firm, and the district manager was a member of the Schaumburg Club. And I heard lots of wonderful things from him about the club and the activities, and I was really interested, but he was in my way. So I had to wait for 3 years for him to move on to a different state so that I could grab his spot in the club. And I thought that it would be an easy thing until I realized that I needed a sponsor, and it was hard to find a sponsor back then in '89 that would be interested in a woman, because we were relatively scarce at that point in Rotary. So I was able to find a golfing buddy of my husband's. He said he'd love to sponsor me, and so I became a member in 1990. Well, so I wasn't a resident of Schaumburg Hoffman Estates. I actually lived in Wheaton and then St. Charles. So I really didn't know too much about the town, about the township, the services, the people, the organizations. And so this was my way to learn more about the community that I was building a practice in. And it was instrumental over the years in supporting my practice, both in the form of new clients, but also in new employees, because I depended on the resources of the town, and this connected me. So it was a great start. And then I learned a lot about the community and its needs. And the club was able to help me to give back to a community that had given me so much over the years in the form of business. So what had happened was I had a meeting with Barry Christian, and we were talking about big stuff, big things we wanted to do, things that were important to us. And he got me thinking, and afterwards putting down in words really what my dream was, what my vision was. And so in that year, that was the year that the club helped me realize a dream that was funding adult scholarships in our community. I made an initial donation and the club just ran with it. And now we are breaking the chains of poverty, one family at a time, through education. And we're trading minimum wage for a living wage and dignity and a career. You get out of the club what you put into the club. And there's lots of different ways to give back to the club, in time, in funds, in ideas, in bringing in new folks. There's so many different ways that you can make a difference in that club. And I got to tell you, it has meant so much to me. I mean, we do a lot for people, but to be perfectly honest with you, it is so good for our souls. It is so good for my soul to be able to do this, to have this kind of impact, to smile and sometimes cry at the successes. It's so rewarding. You give a little and you get so much more back out of it. I'm going to go with Julie Ann Moore. I wanted to step in that direction, be better than I am myself. So I'm going to pick her.